So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's away we go then. So Jim, what would you say are the main strengths of this formation?
The fact that it's easy to dominate the midfield using the two advanced midfielders to find those spaces in and around the area, which will force your opponents back. This is helped further by the fact that you're also limiting their capacity to play through you. And I would say it's probably more a cautious move than an attacking move.
And he's quick to return it. Gives it back.
Just too much pressure. Had to go that way.
Neymar. And he was alert to it. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
This guy, Dembele, is one of the best dribblers around. When fit, he's electric. And that alone is enough to frighten some of the best defences. He really does have the ability to win games on his own with that terrific acceleration.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. He gets the ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Dembele! It's in! A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Cherki, and he's managed to get free. Out towards the flank. Pedri, and no, he's seen through all of that. Now, can they get him away? Oh, Red, nice interception. Rijkaard. Well, that has not gone well. And he is dashing away. Now it's Luis Suarez. It's Luis Suarez! Suarez with a... Oh, no, what has happened here?
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Pirlo, always wanting the ball, always wanting to do something different with it. Aimed beyond the defence. Nedved! What a hit! What a hit! A rocket anthem! A finish of true class! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
You just know there is no stopping that.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Nicely aimed pass. Passing is crisp and sharp. He'll try from distance!
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Neymar plays it short. And here's Neymar. And now they can spring out of defence. Lacroix gets across to intercept that. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Busquets. Now that looks a decent ball. Tries a shot! What a wonderful goal!
Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Big chance! And that's a sharp finish. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Oh, that was...
Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Well, we've been blessed with a goal-laden first half. 3-1 is the half-time score. So we're underway for the second half. Vieira. And this is Del Piero. Lacroix. And Cherki. Good running, strong and purposeful. And this is Dembele. And the pass is intercepted. Busquets. Now this could be a chance. There's the shot! Superb from Dembele! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Just as they wanted it, just when they wanted it. He gave it plenty and some, thrashed it in.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely...
And it's Dembele. Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. So this to pull level. Brilliant save from Buffon!
Oh, once the save was made, the change to both mindsets could be hugely telling now.
Busquets is always scanning the pitch for targets. Cherki has the space to scheme. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. Can he finish? And yes, it's there! What remarkable powers of recovery!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. It's turning into quite a gem, this. Oh, shooting chance! And it's in! And again they hit the front. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently and he picked out the perfect target.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So we have further activity on the bench here. Neymar is being withdrawn here, but he's certainly made his mark.
Well, this could purely be down to rotation with the next...
Takes a shot! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! He's got himself an absolute peach. And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Brilliant save from Buffon! And he can thump it away. Fermin. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Cherki.
Bangladesh clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Now it's Inzaghi. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Oh, that's well spotted. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Good challenge. Excellent challenge.
Oh, that's excellent. Such a clean tackle.
Now it's Bale. And they can counter here. And this is Inzaghi. And he's straight offside.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Can he get it through? It's not an especially good pass, that.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
And no, that was never going to make it. Busquets.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Threads one in. Shoots! Incredible! Just incredible! A game of margins! A game of thrills! This might just do it! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
And that is as far as it goes. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Peter, I can't recall a better leader of the line than Marco van Basten.
Yeah, great scorer of goals, and of course a scorer of great goals.
Yeah, and because of that, the words audacious and spectacular come to mind, and I think they best sum up what he could muster.
It's Pirlo! Good try, very good try, in fact.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
And it's Cruyff. Now it's Del Piero. And smartly reclaimed. Oh, what a... There's the shot! They've scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
What a moment of brilliance, control and perfect accuracy.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Bellingham proves just a little bit too strong. Looking for a runner. Oh, delightful ball. Del Piero, he's through on goal here. It's not an especially good pass, that. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Gerrard. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Pirlo has given away a free kick. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. And here's Gerrard. Looking to play him in. He is starved of space and time. The ball has bounced loose now. That's good running with the ball. Van Basten! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Santos really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
And it's Cruyff. Passing nice and neat. Kimmich.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Olise is sporting a guilty look after that.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. No, that's been intercepted. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is what? It's Luis Suarez!
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Cruyff going face-to-face with his great rival. Gerrard, never out of the action for very long. And he plays one through. Bellingham. Cruyff. Nedved. Looking for options for movement. Schlotterbeck. Rijkaard. It's Kimmich. No, he's had it taken off him. No, that pass has been well intercepted. This is a promising build-up. And here's Suarez. And the referee says that is that for the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised. Hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. Down to business again.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Now there's a... And he shoots! Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Aimed beyond the defence. Vieira. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Rijkaard kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Threads one in. This looks promising. That'll be a corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Thuram tries to clear. It's run loose here. And it's Kimmich. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines, and he was alert to it.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent. And a chance! And he hits the net! 2 up now, and they are cruising. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So that's 2 now without reply. Getting up there! He will be livid with himself.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Nedved is there, and he can pick it up. Pirlo. Lovely pass, but... Real chance! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully... Chance! And that's a good finish. They're back within reach! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Santos may be down, but not out just yet. Thuram. And it's Cruyff. There's the man who is effectively the team's security policy. Rijkaard. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Mbappe. Nicely worked. Well read, nice interception.
That's going in strongly.
And that's gone loose. Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez! And with that, the end. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A winner. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's away we go then.
I think Pavel Nedved's going to have a starring role here, Peter. Being two-footed, he can operate...
Chance! It's in!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be...
Best! He's through on goal here. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Now it's Griezmann. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. And here's Griezmann. Rijkaard. Best. Pepe gets a foot in and wins the ball. Nice looking ball. Vieira.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Griezmann, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Always going over the top.
Well, that was just asking too much of himself from there.
Couldn't squeeze it through. And it's Del Piero. Argentina do have a chance to counter here.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Best really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And here's Del Piero. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Dembele.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Big chance! Wonderful from Del Piero! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So they have it all to do again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And the referee has blown for half-time. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
Well, it has been tight. It's been competitive. Each side with one significant moment, And at half-time, the score is 1-1. So straight into the second half. Oh, good ball! And Del Piero! And the pass is intercepted. It's a decent chance! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off.
Pepe proves too strong, too smart. Griezmann plays a sharp little ball here. And this is Del Piero. Cross in, looks like a good one. And that should get the job done. Brilliantly cut out.
Argentina definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Nedved tries a shot! And it's in! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on? Or even better, can they get another?
Can he get it through?
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Bullet, who is rarely short on confidence. Now it's Bale. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, this is a great position. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Bale! And that was probably asking just too much.
He's never the type to turn down a challenge, is he?
Now it's Bale. Rooney. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And he's forced to go back. Great vision. And no, that was never going to make it. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. It's Inzaghi! He is world class! Pippo Inzaghi! He's got himself an absolute peach. And this is getting better and better. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Threads one in. Aimed beyond the defence. Shapes to shoot! Goal! Drama at the death! Is there time for one more twist? That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a... And that is that. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. We are, of course, at the future Nou Camp. Given a new look after 4 years of renovations, it is bigger, better, and ever more beautiful. So off we go then. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk.
Vinicius Junior! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Vinicius Junior actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner. And a header! He doesn't look too happy with that. Now, can they get him away? Oh, he's all alone! And the finish! It's there!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Oh, high-quality goal, lovely first touch, sumptuous second.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
Brazil are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And it's made its way to him. And he's quick to get rid. And this is Del Piero. Oh, that's fabulous. Good chance here. Oh, it's hit the post.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And no, that was never going to make it. And the pass is intercepted. Pepe cuts it out. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Nedved. No, he refuses to take the bait. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically. Vieri showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. He won't be happy with that one. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And he is going into that little black book. Players have gathered round and they are clearly concerned.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
Messi is behind this one. Messi! Van Dijk gets a foot in here. Nedved plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And it's Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Passing is crisp and sharp. It's a threatening ball. Messi.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
That is good alertness. Messi. And here's Vieri. Can he get it through? And we've reached half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. So straight into the second half.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it.
It's Vieri! Oh, That was a half-decent effort. No, no way through. Vieira. Oh, good-looking ball. Has a look and place it forward. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Brazil are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least.
And the shot! And it's in! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Now it's Pato. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Great ball, and he's in here! Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
And here's Vieri. Looking to play him in. Half an hour gone in the second half. Messi. And it's Pirlo. It's played through for him. Schlotterbeck. Ronaldinho. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And it's Shevchenko. And here's Del Piero. Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. Pato unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Nedved.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Robertson clears it away.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And there goes the final whistle. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality and quality. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's away we go then.
It's always a pleasure to see Paolo Maldini take to the pitch.
So would say anyone who understands the defender's art.
Well, bias comes easy for me when we talk about one of the greatest pros. He exudes calm, elegance, intelligence, an Italian giant.
Great defending, strong and determined.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Always onto this. Gerrard. And it's Edmilson. Schlotterbeck. And Edmilson. Donatoni. And here's Batistuta. Can he finish? Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! Perfect placement. The one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. No, he's had it taken off him. And it's Nedved. Threads one in.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
No, he's not getting past him there. The ball has bounced loose now. Now it's Gerrard. Vieira. Nedved. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, played right into his path. And the shot! And yes, it's there! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one. We're looking at a different game now.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn this.
It's Gerrard! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And again they hit the front. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Di Lorenzo. Messi. Gerrard, with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. Tries to pass it through. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Del Piero, unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Stood up well to him there. Messi. Now it's Del Piero. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Nice sequence of passes, this. Nedved, skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Cruyff, looking understandably energised after his... And he shoots! And he hits the net! What remarkable powers of recovery!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character. Wonderful.
That is a super smooth goal, beautiful manoeuvring of the ball, and splendid authority in the finish.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
And it's half-time. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, I can tell you it's been a wonderful watch, Peter. I'm not complaining. The goals just seem to keep on coming. It clearly means that defending hasn't been at its best, but you know what I'm like when it comes to defending.
So a really enthralling 45 minutes, beautifully poised for the 45 to follow. The score at half-time, 2-2. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. He's in a great position here. Cruyff. And this is Bale. So what can they make of this? Oh, super find. And he tries a shot! Superb goal!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Gerrard. And he's had it nicked away. Driving forward. And he welcomes it in. Now it's Inzaghi. Just the keeper in his way. Now who's going to be first to this? Akanji did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, there's a probing ball. And it's Gerrard. He's through here. He's shifting. There's the shot! It's a goal! They've done it again! It is incredible!
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. It is compelling, this, utterly compelling.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Real chance! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Paris Saint-Germain have their lead.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Time is running out here.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
And here's Yamal. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, the ball's run loose here.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Oh, now he can run away with it. Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. So a big moment. That has drawn gasps of disbelief.
It really wasn't a confident penalty, Peter. It was almost like he was trying too hard to second guess what the keeper was trying to do.
Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Gerrard looking to pass their way up the pitch. Neymar, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Filippo Inzaghi. That's that, the end. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Things already rolling.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often...
He's had a shot! Goal! Manchester United! An extraordinary start! Breakthrough in next to no time!
And it looks like we're going to get the entertainment we were all hoping for.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Oh, good-looking ball. Maldini has been caught there, it's a foul. Vieira. Aimed beyond the defence. And the pass is intercepted. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Lofted in. And he's there to clear it. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
Well, I think that might well put him off watching tonight's highlights.
Now that looks a decent ball.
Suarez clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Now it's Luis Suarez.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Yamal. Oh, that was vital. Short changes him with that pass. Xavi Alonso. Well timed, excellent interception. Vieira. Xavi Alonso. This is a promising build-up. Knocks it into space. Oh, he's been caught napping. And the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Wriggles his way through. Nedved with the... Oh! And there's a goal! It's offside, I think. Yes, it is offside.
He went just a smidgen too early, Peter.
Disappointment and relief on either side. Nothing doing.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Now this could be a... Can he finish? And in he goes again. And he's stuck it away. And with that, he becomes a member of the exclusive 300 Club. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
That pass has been well intercepted. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that signals the end of the first period. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far. So it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. So straight into the second half. Looking for options for movement. Nicely aimed pass. Vitinha. Can he get it through? And he's taking no chances there. And we have our very first corner. Cleared without hesitation. Space for him to turn and look. So it's going to be another corner. This is their second corner of the game. That'll be a throw-in. Elects to cross. And it's safely in the keeper's hands.
Manchester United definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some, and it's Xabi Alonso. Pass is just off target. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Roberto Carlos. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Looking to play him in. Nicely weighted ball. And he's managed to get rid. Vieira. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Lovely feet. Now he's running away.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
And hits Adriano! And again!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Adriano, looking for the run. He has a look up. Hangs one in. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Plays a sharp little ball here. Incoming delivery.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Vieira. Maldini gets across to it. I think they're done. They are done. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We are just getting started. Well, Edmilson's selection has certainly attracted some scrutiny, but the man himself looks, as ever, Jim, utterly unfazed.
Yeah, I like him because he's got a certain elegance about him, Peter. We all know Brazilian players love the idea of getting forward, and he's probably one of the better defensive players on the ball.
So no gung-ho heroics?
No chance.
Oh, easy pickings there.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Casemiro. And it's Griezmann. Not the most convincing of passes. Owen.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, that's clever. Oh, that was vital. Griezmann. Nedved. Now it's Bale. And this is Luis Suarez. Oh, a guilty! Luis Suarez! There it is! That is lovely. Finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, what a hit, Peter. And there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured. It was simply inch perfect.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
And this is Pele! It's Pele! They want to be quick to recover this. Maldini clears it away. Edmilson gets a good foot in there. Now it's Bale. And no, that was never going to make it. Now it's Bale. That's put paid to the danger. Thuram. And it's Griezmann. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Iniesta can see things others simply cannot. Casemiro. Edmilson. Maldini. Nedved. Now it's Griezmann. And this is Bale. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he passes it long. Owen. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Well read, nice interception. And he thumps it clear. And it's Casemiro. Play to Casemiro. Owen. Well, the run has been sold a little bit. So, temporary halt to the action. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Reflections on the first half?
Okay, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Goals, goals and more goals. That's been the story of the half. The team separated by the tiniest of margins at the break. Back on the way then.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
And it's Iniesta. Pirlo, the arch schemer, always looking to get the team going. That has ended up in no man's land. Nedved, just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. Cafu. Nicely weighted ball. Pele. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Suarez showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And the finish! And no mistake. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now.
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Ball's gone out of play. Just about up to 75 minutes. Nice sequence of passes, this. Nedved. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Picked out brilliantly. Varane did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, that's neat. Oh, the ball's gone astray. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That's a shade optimistic. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And that gets things running. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Peter. It's his pace that's his main attribute, especially over those first few yards, where he just seems to glide away from defenders, gets himself into great positions, and likes to hit it hard and nice and early. That's a horrible combination for any defence that's trying to deal with him, I can tell you that.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. Now it's Aubameyang. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And here's Aubameyang. The ball applies the finish! He's got away with one there.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
First quarter of an hour gone. Foot in. Looking for a runner. Neatly clipped into space. And the shot! And he nearly went all the way.
Rummenigge clearly is trying to be too clever there. He should have gone with his instincts.
Red Star with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. He leaps for it! Off the post! And it's been hooked away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Olise. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Nedved. And this is Griezmann. Now it's Kimmich. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Almost half an hour in now. He is through here. That's a good ball. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically. Thuram. And it's Pato. That's a lovely, neat pass. Olise. Good read, needed to be. Pepe can clear it away. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Stood up well to him there. Del Piero is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. And it's been played through. He's tries a shot! Olise. That's a good foray he's making. Mateus. It's Pirlo. Mateus. And that brings the first half to a close. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So very little to report. Nothing indeed in terms of goals scored.
Yeah, 0-0, but definitely not from the want of trying. There's been plenty of industry and hard work, as well as some good defending, so I wouldn't be too dismissive just yet.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. The second half is up and running.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Now it's Griezmann! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Griezmann clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Oh, great leap! Not a bad try by any means.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
That's good running with the ball. And this is Bale. He's got away. And he's taking no chances there.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And this is Bale. He's picked his way through. Great chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And the pass is intercepted. Red Star are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they? Bale! They want to be quick to... This time, surely! And yes, it's there! It is the pick-me-up they all longed for. Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think. Red Star really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And this is... It's Bale! Oh, what has happened here? Ambitious ball here. That's a foul, no two ways about it. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. And it's Pirlo. 75 minutes played. That's an imaginative pass. Shot could be on.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Now it's Bale. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. He's under a lot of pressure there. Searching pass he's played there. That pass has been well intercepted. Nedved. That is ended up in no man's land.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Looking for options for movement. Nedved. Decent chance! He's got a goal! And this is getting better and better. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And that will be it. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And we're underway.
Peter, we're about to see how good Lilian Thuram is. Besides being physically imposing and quick, he's very intelligent and usually that crucial split second ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, fabulous reader of the game.
And pretty much got it all.
Oh, good-looking ball. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Del Piero receives it in a wide position. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, easy pickings there. And he's in on goal. Caught offside that time. Pele is herring after that one. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Takes a shot! It's bounced back off the post. So we're still where we started right now. Space for him to turn and look. He has found the way through. Pato. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Tries a shot! Marvellous from Mikel Merino! That is a gem! An absolute gem! One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Barcelona have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well,
shoot! It's a goal! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch. Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And that was nowhere near his best. Cantona is onto it in a flash. And this is Pato. He's found a way. Chance, surely! Oh, good finish. And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
Del Piero really played that return ball to perfection there, Peter. He knew the exchange was on and he put it on a plate for his teammate. That was just gorgeous.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Oh, that's a key interception. Chouameni. And it's McAllister. Merino. And we've reached half-time. Well, we have quite a thrilling narrative here. Despite their early setback, they are now the ones in the driving seat. And all of a sudden, things are looking pretty rosy. The midway point of the game.
Well, I can tell you it's been an absolutely fantastic watch, Peter. I wish I could come here every week. It's been wonderfully open, wonderfully tense, and beautifully unpredictable now.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. And we are back underway. thinks about the shot. Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Kimmich is always scanning the pitch for targets. Nedved. Pirlo. Now that looks a decent ball. It's played through for him. And he's had a shot! And he's really put himself on the line here. And we have our very first corner. Oh, good effort! Nearly, but not quite.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Grimaldo making good progress. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Now it's Pato. And the pass is intercepted. Looking for the run. Good ball, good take. "60 minutes played. Merino. Now it's Pele. Vieira. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Raul. Aimed beyond the defence. He has a look up. Del Piero! Alessandro Del Piero! Another ice-cool goal! About as smooth as it gets. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. What a delicious goal, stroked in like a maestro.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot...
And Del Piero! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Grimaldo. Chouameni. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Pele in acres of space out wide. Bullish header! And no, he had to, and yet he could not.
It's a good effort, and you can sense that they're upping the gears. This needs to be sustained now.
Nedved. And it's Marino. Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. Van Dijk did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And this is Del Piero. Kimmich calmly anticipates. Into the last 5 minutes. Del Piero is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Can he get it through? Can he get on the end of this? Oh, well played, well sorted out. And that is as far as it goes. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fan... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So we're up and running. Barcelona have chosen to go 4-3-3. Jim, how do you see it?
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard-working jobs, but if they can gain a one-on-one advantage, they can dictate. There's a player on this pitch who shines above the rest, and we're talking defence.
And that is?
Well, it's got to be Paolo Maldini.
Well, who's arguing?
Yeah, and he's a living, breathing symbol of leadership, loyalty and devotion to his craft. What a player.
Nedved. Nedved stood his ground strongly. Piqué defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And that's been intercepted.
That's great position.
Eto'o! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Eto'o is offering a wry smile there. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And that should get the job done. And the shot! But he's left disappointed. And the pass is intercepted. That is what? It's Eto'o! Goal! Barcelona! There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Barcelona have broken through. It's 1-0.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough, though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
The ball is loose and the chase is on. Almost half an hour in now. Nedved. Passing is crisp and sharp. Rijkaard did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now it's Mbappe. Pirlo. Del Piero. Maldini is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Great defending, strong and determined. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Now it's Eto'o. And he's running through. Nedved. Mbappe! Mbappe! Oh, good finish. And they're threatening to fly away here. And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
Barcelona are sitting pretty, 2-0. And that is the end of the first half.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And we get things going again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it.
Oh, great leap! It's a goal! It is an explosive start to the second half. It was wonderfully efficient.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
The manager must have given the...
He's going for goal! Xavi, that's glorious! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, everything is going to plan, Peter. A day for a regular managerial heartbeat, at least for one.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Looking to play him in, and he cuts out the supply. Kimmich. And that pass just didn't quite work. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Kimmich is always scanning the pitch for targets. Nice sequence of passes, this. Has a look and plays it forward. Van Dijk. Now it's Bale. Oh, that's well spotted. And this is Cruyff. Now it's Bale. It's Bale! And that's a real chance missed.
Oh, that miss could really prove costly. They don't want to be missing too many of those.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Collar trying to keep this in. Cleared without hesitation. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Seedorf. He's found a way through. Now that looks a decent ball. Seedorf showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all round.
Probably be looking to play it square from here. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. And he gets rid in a hurry. Eto'o. And it's Guti. He's shifting through the gears here. Nice, terrific effort. Oh, it's come off the upright. Bale! It is close, but that is the last of it. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome in the end, virtually unavoidable. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
This guy, João Cancelo, will be key, Peter, I think. Okay, he might not be the strongest defensively, but his pace, his crossing, the creativity he shows higher up the pitch, all of those are second to none, especially the way he exploits those half spaces to find telling passes. It more than makes up for the odd defensive wobble.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Vieira. Cruyff. Now it's Luis Suarez. Tries to play it through. And this is Nedved. There's the shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. He leaps for it! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Maldini clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 2 then. Defending of the desperate variety. Look at the space here! And it's Vieira. Well read, and the danger is averted. And now they can spring out of defence. Van Dijk cuts out the pass. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, facing up to his adversary. Shapes to shoot! Oh, it's come off the upright. Pirlo, always wanting the ball, always wanting to do something different with it. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. And he was quick to react. That's a pretty loose pass. Still goalless. And here's Suarez. And he's quick to return it. Oh, well played, well played. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. It's Nedved! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
So, third corner of the game. Terrific effort! It's in! Great corner, and he did the rest.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Engages and forces him off the ball. This is a promising build-up. Cristiano Ronaldo. That's the keeper's ball. Knocks it into space. Well timed, excellent interception. 40 minutes gone. Half-time closing in. Looking for the run. And here's Shevchenko. Couldn't squeeze it through. João Cancelo. Harrison spots it and intercepts. Out towards the flank.
Well, he certainly...
And it's half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised. Hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. That gets us going once more.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it.
Just the keeper in his... And the shot! It's a goal! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring.
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Cruyff conjures time and space where few can. Now it's Cruyff. Nicely aimed pass. Luis Suarez! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
And it's Pirlo. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all.
Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
Quarter of an hour into the second half. Pato goes for a shot! Yes! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing.
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. And he was alert to it. Cruyff. Now it's Luis Suarez. And he's found a way past. O'Reilly. And Cruyff! It's hit the crossbar. O'Reilly clears.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Pato. Nice control. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Good running, strong and purposeful. He's found a way through. Pepe with the clearance.
Shevchenko clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Suarez getting forward. So 3-0 now, and surely there'll be no twists in the plot. And he thumps it clear. Great defending, strong and determined. No way through there. Cruyff. Nedved. Pato is onto this. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Scholes. Nedved. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. This is a side which is purring, picture perfect, a win they will relish having. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's away we go then.
The presence of Franco Baresi in this lineup suggests...
It's Luis Suarez! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And it's been hooked away.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
That's a pretty loose pass. Spread it left. Plays a shot. Nedved! It's in!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Spain are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. So just the one early goal to report so far, and the score is 1-0. Rijkaard. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
He has found the way through. Now he's got space here. Oh, delightful ball. Oh, important interception. And he's heaved it away. And no, that was never going to make it. Nedved can see things others simply cannot. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. David Villa. And here's Van Nistelrooy. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Luis Suarez.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Pirlo. Cruyff. Engages and forces him off the ball. And it's Azar. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
And he thumps it clear. So, a temporary halt to the action. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. So we're off again.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
Brilliantly cut out. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And he's had it nicked away. Spain appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
And that's really well manoeuvred. That's headed upfield. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Now it's Torres. Maldini gets over and intercepts. Vieira. Your impression so far, Jim?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
And here's Suarez. Spain needed that. They really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
That is good alertness. Vieira. Passing is crisp and sharp. Nedved. Lewis. There's the shot! And no mistake. And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
So we have movement on both benches. Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Can he get on the end of this? Vieira. He's in a good position here. It's Inzaghi!
Okay, it didn't come off, but it was clever. A nice little dummy. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Yamal with the clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. He's found a way through. Oh, he's got a side of shoots! Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. Raul. Short changes him with that pass. Now it's Yamal. Looking for options for movement. Can he finish? It's a goal! And what a climax we have here! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
So here comes a substitution. Shevchenko getting the call here in what can be interpreted as a clear show of intent.
Well, this could lead to the injection of energy that might disrupt the rhythm of their opponents.
Spain give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
He's shifting through the gears here. Park Ji-sung. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was good. A terrific advertisement for attacking football. Both sides glad to trade blows to...